What'd you think of that? That was called You Bitch. That is from our boys called In B Block now. That was their earlier project called Irma Incorporated. I'm going to be playing tracks kind of like randomly tonight. I'm kind of like in that mood. I smoked a little bit before I came online tonight, so I'm going to have a little bit of fun. All right, so here we go. What are we going to do here? Now, this is the thing. If you want people to hear what we're playing, you're going to have to watch it live, because our live performances are kind of like one of a kind, because Facebook doesn't even recognize me as a publisher of my own work, and they block my content from time to time. So we're remedying that. We're actually recording the show, or at least most of the show, and then putting it on a playback. And then if Facebook blocks it again, we're putting it up on YouTube, and we're just flipping it around where people can actually find the show. We're hoping more people will come and attend our live show. And well, the recording part of the show might get blocked. It might get changed because Facebook might mute part of it if they recognize something through Music Match or something like that, right? It may happen. So when our content gets blocked, and we do all the appropriate disclosures to Facebook. We disclose that we are owning temporary copyright over the music that we are publishing on the behalf of the people who submit it to us. That's all we're doing. We're just acting as a mediary to get your music out there and try and get before a bigger audience. And my friend Brad wants me to sort of take this and make it a regular kind of show. And he's talked about, maybe putting it up on YouTube, and we'll see where it goes from there. But what we want to do is feature independent music, play it live, and maybe get it that one time on social media. And then, of course, if you want to see it again, you're going to have to catch the replay. And typically the replay is okay up on YouTube. They seem to leave me alone right now because I think they recognize me as a publisher. So I think they're leaving me alone. But Facebook has not, and I've sent them several emails saying stop and desist, but they keep doing it. But that's fine. We'll just keep working with them. We know that they're using artificial intelligence, which is not really well developed yet in the music world, to really recognize all the links to the publishing piece of things. So because I publish on behalf of artists and people actually give me rights to be able to distribute their music, then I'm acting on their behalf. And that's all with informed consent. So we're operating according to copyright law. That I know. All right. Without further ado, let's see. I want to put something on here that's not likely going to get blocked, right? So, where the heck is it? I got to keep going into this stuff. There it is right there. Okay. So I'm just going to pick something here at random. This looks like a good tune. No, I like this one better. It's called Lost. This tune is called Lost. Let's hear what it sounds like.
Stand the truth.
right, that is Ignore the Evidence. Those guys are they're out of Windsor, Ontario. I remember I first spoke to those guys about a year or so ago. I think now it's been a long time, and typically, as I do when I hear somebody that I like their music and I could get behind their music, I'll reach out to them and I'll put an offer out and say, hey, you know what? Love to help you. Love to try and help you get your music out there because I really like what you're doing. And, let's help you find your niche audience. Everybody's got a niche audience. And my friend Bob once said to me, he said, Kenny, the great thing about music is, he said, there's something for everyone, right? And that's so true, right? There's something for everyone in music. Having said that, we're going to play another cut off that, and then I've got a little treat for you tonight. One of our artists dropped an album back the 9th. Oh, when was that? Man, I got to go back and take a look at it now. That's really bugging me. Oh, usually I have these things straight in my head. Hang on a second here. It's this one here, I think. Yeah, there it is right there. Let's go over here. Let's go here. I can tell you right now, we're going to go get to it right quick. And it is, oh, man. Okay. I don't think I had the release. Yeah, we have the release date right on it. January the 29th was the release date on this. Full White Moon by our friends at Brutal Republic. And you got to check it out. We're going to play a cut off that album tonight for you. And without further ado, we're going to flip forward here, and we're going to play Drunk and Disorderly. I have to tell you, when I first listened to this one, you hear the door? I had it cranked up, and I thought there was actually someone at the door here in the studio. that's Drunk and Disorderly. That's by Ignore the Evidence. Those guys are out of Windsor, Ontario, Canada. And I got a really cool thing from one of the guys that's in the band, and one of the guys I know from another project as well. I'm just going to dig it out of here. It's from our buddy Al Bellier, and he says, "Hey, Ken, I really enjoyed this afternoon's teaser show." That was yesterday. I just did that on the spot. I thought, oh, you know what, we'll do a little teaser show, and we'll see if we can get some people watching this tonight. And so then he says, "Thanks for playing D&D, Drunk and Disorderly. I think Charlie watched it too. He wrote that song." One thing I totally forgot to mention the other day is that those songs were recorded at Brett Humber's studio called Foundry Studio in Kingsville, Ontario. He's a really great engineer, producer. Learned a lot from him. I'm sure he'd appreciate the shout out. Thanks again. You know, that's what happens when you build a network with independent music. Okay, people aren't always in competition with one another. They're about trying to help each other out. Helping each other out with their craft, helping each other to get their stuff out. And this is a perfect example. Al Bellier, you'll get to know his name a little bit because he produces work for one of our artists called Creatures of Condition. And I like to play their tracks, but here's the same thing. I might get blocked. It might get blocked out because, Facebook recognizes it's published music, and they don't look at the fact that I'm the publisher. No, well, what do you know, right? That's the way it works. Anyway, I really appreciate this, Al, but Al is an awesome producer himself in his own right. And to put that shout out, so Ignore the Evidence, the first album was produced at the Foundry Studio in Kingsville, Ontario, Canada. And I think that's really, really cool. Yeah. Brett Humber is his name. Brett Humber at a studio called Sound Foundry Studio. Sound Foundry Studio in Kingsville. So check it out. He says he's a great producer and he learned a lot from him. All right, so we're going to move along here to, I got to find my way here. I got lost. I did. Totally. Okay. We got some real cool stuff here. We got some different stuff in here. Here's a cool tune. So these guys, I found them, my buddy Bob, who runs Code Zero Radio. We're going to put a shout out to Bob tonight. Bob Minter at Code Zero Radio. If you want to check out some really, really cool new music, and he gets some of the best rock. He plays some of the best rock in the indie world, and it's some cool stuff, man. Stuff you'll likely never hear in the mainstream. So you owe it to yourself. CodeZeroRadio.com. Check them out. This came in from a band called Slumlord Radio. That's right. Slumlord Radio. It says, "I want to be your dog." Let's get it going!
In my
just makes you want to scream. Wow. All right. Now I want to be your dog. Wow, that's crazy. That is a tune by our friends at Slumlord Radio. And as usual, this is what happened. So, true story. I was listening to Code Zero Radio one night, and I also saw a post by my friend Bob on social media about this band Slumlord Radio, and they had a video up on their website. That's one thing he does for bands. When he plays your music, he puts your videos up on his website. It's pretty cool. And anyway, I saw this band, Slumlord Radio, and I reached out to them and said, hey, would you guys like me to showcase some of your music? And they're like, yeah, sure. So they sent me some stuff, and I guess there's like maybe 3 albums worth on the way. So I'm hoping. I just want more and more material. So keep sending it our way. IndieTunes at gmail.com. That's INDIETUNZ at gmail.com. Check us out at IndieTunes.com. You can find us there as well on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Pinterest. You know, I think we're kind of all over the place now, which is really cool because we're really working to build the brand and be more than just an independent record label. We really want to help to promote independent music. I have really become a believer over the last few years of independent music and its power and the way that it can be different than the mainstream music industry has become. The mainstream industry, in many ways, derailed itself somewhere along the line. And we all have seen it from everywhere from the way that people get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and why they don't get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and why they do. We've seen it, right? I don't want to see that happen in independent music. There's some really great stuff out there. These guys, I'm just going to put their page up here so we can talk about it. And this is them here. This is Slumlord Radio on Facebook, so you can check them out on Facebook. They're Slumlord Radio at Slumlord Radio MI musician band. In the about, it says Slumlord Radio, friends of rock and roll, dirty action rock band, been tearing up dive bars like a tornado through a trailer park since 10. Dirty rock from the mitten. There you go. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there about them. So check them out. They've got some cool videos they're going to send me as well. There's one guy in the band there that reminds me a bit of somebody that's on a Canadian venture that went wild. If you can guess which one that is, post it down below. It reminds me of a certain character. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to flip this off their page, get back to my ugly mug, if we can. There we go. Come on, cameraman, smarten up. Okay, here we go. Now, we're going to do for you another tune. Let's see. This is something that came in from a friend of mine, a new friend of mine on Facebook. He and his wife started watching the show a while back, and they're from Connecticut, if I got it right. The Gary Monroe Project, Ode to Mary Jane. I think I listened to this one the other night. I can't remember, but here it is. Let's give it a ring.
In my head
That's Ode to Mary Jane. All right, as promised, we're like about halfway through tonight's segment. I'm going to just, yeah, hey, you know what? I gotta do a shout out here for a minute because this is kind of cool. These are really cool. I think it's very cool what you do for these bands. 2 thumbs up from Kyle Alt. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate that, man. Really, really appreciate that. Those kinds of props are great. But you know what? Tell your friends about it. Tell your friends about it, because that's how Port Dover started. Anybody knows how what Port Dover is, or Port Dover Friday the 13th, PD 13? Check it out on YouTube. I actually have a YouTube channel called Kenny's Channel. It's just videos of stuff that I've been on motorcycle trips, and I film obscure shit, and then I post it on my YouTube channel. I haven't got a ton of watchers on there, although my Friday the 13th videos got a few watches, which is kind of cool. But anyways, I post random stuff on there, and on there I've got a Friday the 13th video, which is really kind of cool because I go up and down the main strip, and I'm looking at all the bikes and kind of oogling all the bikes, because there's some really cool bikes that come into the show. I think on a typical Friday the 13th, there's been upwards of 135,000, something like that. Yeah, it's a big event. And a great place for independent artists to showcase their talent, right? Introduce a whole different, that whole generation, because there's huge generations of people that bike, man. I mean, it wasn't like when I was a kid. There's a lot of people who bike that are professionals. There's people who are just, enthusiasts that just love to get it out there on the road, right? It's a cool sport. All right. Back to the music and a very, very quick visit. Quick visit here. It has to be a quick visit. But we have to do it because this is kind of my shtick. I do this, and it's kind of fun. I don't know. I have a little fun with it. Maybe nobody else likes it, but I do. And here it is. And it's my show. So I'm Kenny, and you're not. So there you go. All right. Here it is. This week's weather brought to you by me, yes, yours truly, Kenny, here at Indie Tunes Records. All right, so it is going to be a blustery day tomorrow. So you know what? Tomorrow's like movie day. Yeah, cook some chili, snuggle, because it's going to be cold here. Going to feel like minus 14. That if we put that in Fahrenheit, what the hell happened there? Weather Network, you just changed everything on me here. Okay, let's do it again. Now we're in Fahrenheit, okay? So this is what I grew up on. And then they switched this over to metric measure. I hated metric measure. I always liked British measure better. And we got ripped off because we went from like a quart was actually 32 ounces to a liter, which is only 28. I don't think people really realize how much we got ripped off when we went to the metric system, but we did. We got royally screwed. Okay, so it is currently feeling like 7 degrees out there, and we're not going to see much higher than 19 on Sunday with a little bit of sun, and then a lot of snow here where I'm from. We're like in the snow belt. We're like between Detroit, Michigan, and Toronto, Ontario. And we're just off the shores of Lake Erie, just north of Lake Erie. And if you were to swim across Lake Erie from where I live, you'd end up in Cleveland, Ohio. I grew up listening to Cleveland music and the WRIF in Detroit. Those were like my staples when I was a kid growing up. Okay, so going to go back over here, and we're going to transition to some more music. And let's see, we're going to play a tune off of our buddy Jeremy Ober's album and his project, Brutal Republic. This is a cool tune. They're a power 3-piece, and they are out of Fort Dodge, Iowa. Send this out to the boys there, and it's called We're Going to Hell. My bad. I just cut it off. For some reason, I just doused it. I must have shut down the application. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. We're going to hell.
You just ease on out the door, babe. I will ease into your mind. It's hard every breath you take, like a grape is to a vine. My fingers paint the morning light stretched out before me on your skin. My breath grows hot, your hair stands up. I lean back, you take it in. Everybody wants to paint a picture. Everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's on this road to nowhere. Sunday comes around, ain't no sermon to be found. I guess we're going to hell. Well, I can see your silhouette outlined by the road. I keep my hands upon the wheel and I let the night unfold. You say I'm addicted, but addiction ain't my thing. I'll ease my seat back, ease your mind, and I'm sure they will agree. Everybody wants to paint a picture. Everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's on this road to nowhere. Sunday comes around, ain't no sermon to be found. I guess we're going to hell. 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 I dreamt I came to you last night. Your eyes lit in the gray. All the senses I made to each out. I could hardly stay away. Everybody wants to paint a picture. Everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's on this road to nowhere. Sunday comes around, ain't no sermon to be found. I guess we're going to hell. Everybody wants to paint a picture. I guess we're going to.
That's We're Going to Hell. That is by Jeremy Ober and the band Brutal Republic out of Fort Dodge, Iowa. And they did some really, if I'm going to post my interview with Jeremy. We got quite a few views, and that was kind of cool. And I've actually just recently been working on Zoom, so I can do Zoom interviews, which is really kind of cool because we got a couple of cool Zoom interviews coming up. A very great and very talented person who's always busy and always traveling and on the road, and this time of year would be touring extensively over in Europe. Her name is Sarah Smith from Sarah Smith Music, and Sarah is going to be coming on at some point. We're working on doing a live show with her, and she is living out in British Columbia right now. Yes, out in beautiful British Columbia. She moved all the way out to Victoria, the island, which is kind of cool. Way past on the other side. And she's living on Victoria Island there, and she's involved in all kinds of music projects and whatnot. So we're going to do a show and feature some of her music. She's going to send me some cuts that she wants me to play, and we're going to play the songs, probably talk about them. Depending on how good our connection is and depending on how good the audio is from her end, then, we might even get her to do a couple of tunes on her acoustic guitar. So we'll see what happens. That's Sarah Smith Music, Sarah from Sarah Smith Music, coming up at some point down the road. So stay tuned for it. Her and I, we've got a beta test coming up. We're going to actually do I think we're going to do like a little dry run just to make sure all of the technology is going to work for us to connect and be able to do that interview. So we'll see how that goes. And what I'm going to do right now is stall for a little bit of time while I go back over here to my download folder. Let's see. You know what? I got so much stuff that's been sent to me. And then people that, we've talked about doing a little bit of promotion for them. And, I'm getting to meet many cool people through this, and some people that I can network with. And you know what? If I could have my dream wish right now, that would be able to be to bring in someone who could work with me that can do really good web development. I need someone who's really good at doing web development, because I'm looking at taking our website to a whole different level and being able to set it up as this massive music store where artists can post their music and sell their music and retain the lion's share of the profits, right? So that they're going to get like a minimum 75% return on their investment. So for every dollar, they will earn 75 cents off every dollar earned. The other 25 cents off every dollar goes to continue to build the platform and then continue to bring people in to the industry. Not so much of an industry, but so much to give people opportunities within the independent music network. And that would be things like learning music production. Some people just want to be producers, and that's not just a little thing. The producer makes the band sound good, and it sets the bar for them, right? If you can sound this good in a studio, you better sound that good when you play live, right? And I remember, back in the day, Rush will never be able to put on a live show. If you've never been to a Rush concert, you have no idea. All right? That's all I'm going to say about that one. This is from a band called Slant Six. And I'll pull up their page while I'm playing the music. This came to from a friend of mine, now a bit of a friend on Facebook, and we've sort of met that way. We haven't had a chat yet. We've talked about doing it because I understand there's some connections that she has with other places, and I don't quite fully understand those connections at this point in time, and I'm not certain if I asked her those questions or she really explained them to me either, right? And I'm not exactly sure how that came about, but I know we've talked about having a conversation. Her name is Pamela Harbottle, and Pamela sent me some stuff, and way back, and she said, she sent me. She's doing. I think she's managing the band. I don't know if she's managing the band, but she's involved in them very much. And she says, thank you so much for offering to interview our band, Slant Six, because she really doesn't, I don't think I ever really learned quite directly what her role is. I think you'll really enjoy their style. I've enclosed a link to the band's EPK as well as a song they released on February 9th. And we actually played it on one of our shows. Slant Six is from Edmonton, Alberta. They performed part of a show of the Rise Up Tour back in the fall. So I think that was the Rise Up Tour TV was a thing, because I know Sarah Smith participated in it as well. And they might even know Sarah from that experience, because I think a lot of the artists met each other that were part of the Rise Up TV tour, which is really kind of cool, right? I wish I could have been part of that. That sounded like it was pretty exciting. Anyway, she sent me a submission by the band, and it's called Sweat Off My Brow. And here it is, Slant Six.
as well. I see you now, but you won't see me, and I need you to help me through. You put me out
Up My Brow. And that is Slant 6. And that is a tune called Sweat Off My Brow. And that was released on the 9th of January. I think I'm pretty sure we played that at on our show the 9th of January, the day it was actually released. As we did for Jeremy's project, Brutal Republic. So we're going to flip down here. Let's see. What do we want to throw out there tonight? I had a whole bunch of different ideas. Let me see. Did he send me that stuff or not? Oh, I don't know if I have that one. Maybe in another file. So, we won't do that. Let's see. Oh, I know. We got a couple more here. Here's another tune by Slumlord Radio. Yeah, you guys got to check these guys out. Slumlord Radio. This is called Gonna Be a Riot. We're going to wind up tonight's show with one more tune from the guys in Ignore the Evidence. And this is called Gonna Be a Riot.
Pushing through the promised land, light the Molotov cocktail with the cigar in my hand. Strutting through the ashes, dressed to kill, 'cause I can. Gonna be a riot. What's gonna be? Destroy a go-go, not giving a damn. Track strip riot, new bomb style. The ballad of Bubba Helms. Living for the battles, not caring about the wars. Rocket launcher to a gunfight, kicking in them doors.
Oh, wow, man. That is Slumlord Radio. And those guys, it's funny. I got to tell you how I reached out to them. I found them through my friend Bob Minter at Code Zero Radio. We're going to talk about a few other radio networks and stations that we work with around the world. Galaxy Radio. I want to give a shout over to Barbara and Grant over there down under and all the way over in New Zealand. Radio New Zealand, and they're playing a lot of stuff by one of our artists over there They're playing a lot of Creatures of Condition over there these days. Grant is a big fan, and he's interviewed the guys on the show over there. Get to know them over there at Galaxy Radio. They're over in New Zealand. And then we got our friend Isaac Banks in Australia, Banks Radio Australia, Valley FM Radio. You got to check those guys out. Bob Minter at Code Zero Radio, Bob Black at isxradio.com, Indecent Exposure. Check them out. Those guys are from Windsor, Ontario as well. And Bob's got some stuff he's going to send my way. This guy is an amazing artist, and he's really, I don't know if he's shy or what, or he's just holding out on me, but I've been trying to get him to send me some tracks because he does some really good, he's done some really great remakes of covers, but he has also done some really great original work, and I know you enjoy it. His name's Bob Black, so look for him on Facebook, and he is the main producer of ISX Radio. And so get him to send me some tracks because he's quite an artist himself. And most of us dabble at the art of music. That is Slumlord Radio. Anyways, I think I'm communicating with one of the guys in the band over there. It's all been by text, right? I said I would love to feature some of your music on our live stream, the indie show. Awesome. What's the best way to send it to you? And I'm like, well, send it to me this way, this way, this way. And I'm like, I'll go, by the way, remember, I'm a friend of Bob Minter at Code Zero Radio because he's been playing their stuff, right? Only I'm in Canada. I'm cooking seal in my igloo. Would love to do a live stream interview with you guys as well. So we're talking about doing something with those. Okay, nice. Sounds good, Ken. Send it over, some downloads for the tracks. Anyway, he's been having problems with his laptop computer. Long story short, I think they got a lot of material to send me, which is really good. Yes, really good. We can use more material. And I said, nice, I'll let you know when we're broadcasting. And then we're putting these shows up on the YouTube station or my YouTube channel. And I goofed up tonight because I started recording a little bit after I actually did the live show. So those of you who catch the live show, you're going to get one of a kind because sometimes Facebook is muting our content. And it's because they're recognizing that we're playing some published music, which is fine. They're supposed to be doing that. But they're all supposed to check the trail that comes back to us that basically says that we're acting on behalf of the artists who are submitting their work so that we can present it to the public. So we've got all the copyrights covered. It's just that Facebook's AI hasn't figured that out yet. Yeah, that's it. All right, so anyways, they're from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And then he asked where I am in Canada, and I gave him the landmarks. He goes, yeah, I know pretty much exactly where I am. And there are a ton of musicians all the way down here, and you follow that trail all the way down to places like Iowa, and then you go over to the East Coast out at Connecticut, and Gary Monroe, I think Gary Monroe sent me some stuff as well. I think we played one of your tunes on here tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I know we did. I'm just trying to see where it is. It is there. It is right there from Gary Monroe, and we played "Ode to Mary Jane." That's the one we played tonight. All right, and so like I promised, we're gonna get into. Let me see. What time is it here? It's just at the hour mark. I'm gonna play 2 more tracks for you, because I think there's some good stuff. Some of you might have caught this before. If you did, well, you'll get it one more time then. And just, I like this tune. This is something that we produced here in the studio, and it's a tune called For You. And I'm going to crank it up here it's on the DAW. It's not even been, we're not ready to publish it yet. So it's still in the, the final stages of development. And all of our stuff, those of you that don't know us well, maybe don't know that everything that we do is live recorded here in the studio, and we don't do any dubs or overdubs with it. We already have the mix the way we want it. We already have everything recorded the way we want it. Basically, what you hear on this recording is what we're hearing in the studio. We've actually come up with what we think is a really, really good mix here in the studio that all four of us are happy with. And then we've replicated that mix for you. And this is, well, for you. Here it is. Oh yeah, false start here. Here we go. That's our little project. That is a thing that we call, well, it was originally called something different, but we call it 42 North. We called it 42 North, and now we call it Green Ink. Yes, it's called Green Ink, and Green Ink is going to be producing more music here in the studio. Hopefully when these conditions lift, we're going to, things are going to get a whole lot better, which is really cool. We're looking forward to that. That is called For You. That's something we whipped up here in the studio, and hope you like it. And that is from Green Ink. We're going to play some more of that stuff down the road, and we're going to play one more track for you tonight. And this is a tune that came to us from, I got to find it now. It's in a WeTransfer file. That's why I just left it there, because it's just a whole lot easier to deal with. Oh boy. All right. We're going to spin here. I'm going to go back and forth with the mouse here, and then I'm going to pick a song here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tunes I'm going to choose from. Let's see. I'm going to try this one right here. It's called Throw It All Away. This is by Ignore the Evidence. These guys are from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. And we're going to be featuring their music a whole lot here, because we're going to be doing some work with them. And I'm looking forward to doing that. That was like a year ago or so that we talked, that Will and I talked about doing some work together. And now I'm getting to work with the band, which is really cool. This is called Throw It All Away. What the heck happened? It just quit again. What? Oh, I am so sorry. something happened there with it. Just like all of a sudden the file moved and it stopped playing it. Hang on a second. I'm going to launch it again. I'm really sorry about that, everybody. I got to dig it out here again. I'm really sorry. Here it is again. Throw it all away. I think I closed down the file accidentally, and I'm sorry. This is the last track of the evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kenny, and you are not. And thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to be featuring some really cool independent music coming up. We don't put any overdubs or dubs in the show. Everything that's flubbed. This is completely non-scripted rubberish. Just me on here yakking and sharing music with you. Throw it all away. Throw it all away. That was Ignore the Evidence. Those guys are from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I'm just going to I'm trying to get out of the screen that I'm in right now. I want to go back over into this folder here. We'll take you out the same way we came in. This is called Day in the Life of a Stray Cat. A little funk for you to take you out for the night. Something to groove on. Very Frank Zappa-ish. Holy Frank! This has got a little Frank written all over it. Once I was a. Yeah, it's very Frank Zappa-ish. Oh, yeah. Gonna be a down to floss tycoon. Moving to Montana soon. Oh, I wanna be a dental floss tycoon. Montana soon. I wanna be a dental floss tycoon. We're flossing them up and flushing them down. Moving to Montana soon. Oh, that dynamo hum. She looked over at me with a glazed eye and some bovine perspiration on her upper lip area. Oh yeah. I've been ad-libbing some lyrics to this. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh. This is the Funky Frog Freak Show. And that's the name of the band that actually wrote this. Funky Frog Freak Show. You know we're on the loose. So this is the cool thing about this track. It kind of goes from a movement into another movement. It's the coolest, funkiest thing I've heard in a while. The Funky Frog Freak Show. I shit you not, that's what they call themselves. I totally shit you not, that is exactly what they call themselves. The Funky Frog Freak Show. All right, well, that's all for me tonight. I hope everybody is going to have an awesome weekend. I'm not sure if we're going to do show Sunday night or not. We'll see. I've got a bunch of material here to put together. Maybe do a show Sunday night. I got a couple interviews coming up. Like I said, we're working on that Zoom interview with Sarah Smith coming to us from Victoria, BC. You won't want to miss that. That's going to be a great show. And we got, you never know what's going to crop up and what's going to surprise us. But we are recording the shows as well, because like I said before, Facebook, their AI doesn't quite recognize that we're acting as a publisher on behalf of the artist whose music we're sharing on these broadcasts. So once their AI figures it out, maybe we'll get by that. But in the meantime, we're going to be recording it, putting it out there for you to get it after the fact. And we're going to be posting up on our YouTube channel. I'll put the links to the YouTube channel. And I did mention about the Friday the 13th video that I did on my Kenny TV channel. So I'll see if I can find that. I've like slipped way down in the algorithms because I can't even find my channel. I hope I'm not locked out of it. It's just, like I said, it was a fun thing that I did for a while. And I still do. I put motorcycle vlogs and stuff like that because I do that stuff. Put that all kinds of cool things up there. Things that interest me. Things that might not interest you, but interest me. And I post it up there. And a few people like it and a few people don't. And that's good. All right. Anyway, have a great night, everybody. Thanks again for joining me here tonight on the Indie Music Show. And we'll maybe see you Sunday night. If not, looking at Wednesday or Friday of next week. But watch for the post. It'll be there. Take care.